As we continue our severe summer weather awareness week coverage, tonight's topic is wildfires. KX News' Christina Randall tells us more as we wrap up the week.
People in North Dakota are no stranger to wildfires. Many factors have to be considered before a day can be deemed a high-risk fire day. And the weather plays a huge role in how quickly a fire can get out of control.
Get that fire started, and then it's also going to introduce itself into a really humid region. It's harder for that fire to keep burning, but in cases where we're 25% or lower, getting down to 10% humidity with high winds, 35 miles an hour, that's a very elevated fire risk if we have little sparks.
Once that fire does get started, it doesn't take much for it to grow, especially when the sun is shining.
Still going to be sunny and getting hotter. That already adds to the air lifting in the atmosphere. So then if we have wind on top of that, we can get these embers going very, very far away.
Embers aren't the only thing to worry about, though. With the strong North Dakota wind, the smoke from that wildfire can make it difficult to see in other parts of the state.
If we have that moisture and that hazy fog in the sky, it can make it very difficult to see. So we might even see fog advisories, or what's called then haze technically.
The North Dakota Forest Service and meteorologists have ways to determine which days will be considered high risk. And officials with the Forest Service take preventative measures when this happens.
In the case of days where we have high fire danger, sometimes we'll pre-position our fire trucks around the state in areas where fire is more likely to happen.
One of those days came in 2021 when a wildfire scorched 3,000 acres in Medora.
That was kind of an all-hands-on-deck situation. One, because it was a high fire danger day. We had pre-positioned some resources in that area on that day. I believe we also had some federal resources come too, just because Theodore Roosevelt National Park is surrounding that area, and so they had an investment in that as well.
Hill says one thing she appreciates about the people who live here is their resilience and how communities take care of one another, especially during emergencies.
And even landowners that were around some of the fires that we had in 2021, they were helping out on fires that were near their land.
Now that warmer weather is here, Hill stresses the importance of making sure you do everything you can to prevent a fire.
Just being aware of your activities as you're outside. That can be, if you have a campfire, making sure that it's completely dead out before you leave it.
As the saying goes, only you can prevent wildfires. For KX News, I'm Christina Randall.
For more wildfire prevention tips, head over to kxnet.com.